All right, good morning, everybody. I'm going to welcome you to the DuPage County Public Works Committee regular committee for Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. Can I get a roll call first, or do we?
Roll call.
I get a roll call, please?
Chair Garcia,
Here.
Vice Chair Ozog, Member Cahill, Member Desart, Member Galassi. Here. Member Zay.
Here.
Okay. Can I get a motion to make Member Rutledge?
You can just appoint.
I can just appoint her. Oh, I appoint Member Rutledge, a member of the committee for quorum's sake. Thank you, Member Rutledge, for sitting here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, but. We've always done, I'll make a motion to make member Rutledge a member for purpose of quorum.
Thank you. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Member Rutledge. Okay. I have no chairwoman's remarks. Is there any public comment today?
No.
I make a motion to approve the minutes 24-2225 Public Works Committee meeting minutes, regular meeting Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Can I get a second?
Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve the claims report 24-2226 payment of claims,
Second.
Public Works and Facilities Management. A motion to second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve the bid award of PWP 001824 recommendation for the approval of contract to Mid-American Water to furnish and deliver valve and hydrant replacement parts and kits for the period of August 27, 2024 through August 26, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $60,000 per lowest responsible bid. Can I get a second? Second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Welcome, Member Desart, to the committee. Okay, I make a motion to approve PWP 001924 recommendation for the approval of a contract to Vissering Construction Company for construction of the septage receiving tank for the septage receiving station for Public Works for the period of August 27, 2024 to August 26, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $679,853.90. Can I get a second?
Second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve FMP 003324 recommendation for the approval of a contract to Martinez Retail Management, Inc. Doing business as all window cleaning services to provide window washing services for county facilities for facilities and management for the two-year period of August 28, 2024 through August 27, 2026 for a total contract amount not to exceed $46,700. I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve FMP 003424 recommendation for the approval of contract to L Marshall, Inc. to install safety improvements on the roof of the 505 building facilities management for the period August 27, 2024
Second.
through August 26, 2025 for a contract total amount not to exceed $196,650. And a motion and a second. Any discussion? Members A?
Yeah, Nick, I know we've done a lot of work on the roofs. Is this mandated? I mean, why
So
did we
the
not?
fall protection, we do regular assessments of all of our safety throughout all the time. This was identified as a potential hazard. We don't have fall protection. And so obviously I know this committee, the board has always prioritized why it hasn't been done up to this point. I don't know, but it should have been.
Okay, so it's like railings around the.
It's
So it's-
not railings necessarily, but I think, Tim.
It's in a slip.
Yeah.
What we did is when we replaced the.
Don't go up there when it's wet. No, I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, it breaks when it rains and it spills, it sleeps. When we replace, we have a penthouse up there, we call it, where this is one of the rare roofs, we have equipment on the roof and we have to regularly service it.
Okay,
So in order to get from here to there, we do these white coatings, I don't know if you've ever seen like the 421 with the solar is, for example. It's not it's a great application, but it's not great to walk on, and we have to have a lot of foot traffic.
okay.
And we've been pretty aggressive between public works and facilities, everything we identify. And I mean, this is one of those that we identified and that's why we brought it forward, bid it out for it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
We're sorry, to answer your questions.
Nick, what did you say to members a bulb replacement?
FALL.
Oh,
Fall,
fall replacement, gotcha.
yeah,
Fall
fall.
replacement.
I was like,
Okay,
fall.
yeah, my-
That's what I think. No, it's fall. It's a fall, it's basically a fall arrest type of thing, so we don't have that possible issue of falling for the 505 roof.
Okay, well, the packet said that it's for a new access path.
Correct,
It's,
on the roof.
it's, it's like on the roof,
Exactly
it's
what it
like
is.
non-slip.
That elevator, we have a man lift that goes up to the roof, and once you take it up the man lift, then you have to walk to get to around the new units that are up there. It's a path that we're putting on there. For lack of a term, it's like a thick asphalt shield, like a shingle. We have a
Yeah,
much
it
better
says
grip.
safety improvement.
It's a
like
safety
safety.
improvement.
And then we have to ensure that the integrity of the warranty is remained.
Okay, and when we replace a roof, is this done automatically, or do we replace the roof and then go to a separate company for these safety improvements?
This one was, we did the roof first, then we did the HVAC replacement, and then we identified the problem.
Okay, because I remember this roof is pretty new.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep, it is.
The good thing is moving forward with
Yeah.
any roof replacements, once we have this area identified, it will forever be there. So if we do a roof replacement, it will be part of it at that time.
okay, thank you.
Member Rutledge?
Thank you, Chair. Ready for solar?
Pardon me?
Will it be ready for solar?
Yes.
No.
That one has a lot more infrastructure on it. That, like I said, I could, if I show you on the aerial photos, you'll see most of our roofs are like 421 or crystal, there's nothing on it. That one does have a unit.
And Member Rutledge, I'll tell you, we've got many roofs that are, I think, more conducive at this point. When we get to that one, we can deal with it, but we got a
Others?
ton of square
Okay,
footage
Okay, well, that
for solar.
recent roof replacement was what
Yep.
triggered my
Oh,
curiosity.
So when we do other roofs, are we gonna have to pay this expensive for?
We would
Half
include it, we would
or-
put in the scope when we originally put them on, if the infrastructure is there to get to it. Most of our roofs, we don't have to go on near the frequency that this one does, because this one has so much more infrastructure on it.
That's what I thought. Okay, thank you.
Sure. Okay, any other discussion? No, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve the professional services agreement for FMP 003524, recommendation for the approval of agreement between the County of DuPage, Illinois, V3 Companies Limited to provide additional professional stormwater engineering services and
Second.
engineering design for flood-proofing the east and west sides of the county campus for facilities management for the period of August 27th, 2024 through November 30th, 2026, for a total contract amount not to exceed $394,160. We got a motion and a second. You want to say something with it?
So the committee knows, this is design only. We are identifying what the potential problems are. We will come up with a design and then we will figure out how to prioritize and we'll come back. This will take us a while to figure out which buildings are most prone to problems, what the solution will be. We will have a design then lined out and we can figure out prioritization of bidding that in the future.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Any other discussion on that? All those in favor? Any opposed? No. Motion carries. I make a motion to approve the contract increase of PWCO 000424 amendment to the county contract issued to ComEd for delivery of electricity to all public works facilities. For Public Works for a change order to increase the contract in the amount of $10,000, taking the original contract amount of $1,468,000 and resulting in amended contract amount not to exceed $1,478,000, an increase of 0.68%. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to.
Second on that, I'm sorry.
Can we get a second? Oh,
I'll
sorry.
second.
Thank you. I'd make a motion to approve PWCO 000524 amendment to county contract issued to LAI Limited to procure Zurich valves that have reached end of life at Woodridge Green Valley wastewater treatment plant for Public Works for a change
Second.
order to increase the contract in the amount of $20,000, taking the original contract amount of $82,000 and resulting in an amended contract amount not to exceed $102,000, an increase of 24.39%. We've got a motion to second. Any discussion on this? All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve sole source 24-2227 recommendation for the approval of a contract to Dorner Company to furnish and deliver a 10-inch clavel model 90s-01 for Public Works for the period of August 27, 2024 to November 30th, 2024 for a total contract amount not to exceed $25,000. Any
Second.
second? Okay, is there any discussion on this? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I make a motion to approve joint purchasing agreement of PWP 002024 recommendation for the approval of contract to Institute Form Technologies, Inc. for sandblasting, priming, and spray rehabilitating for the Emerald Lift Station for Public Works for the period of August 27, 2024 through June 30th, 2025 for a total contract amount not to exceed $172,110. I guess second.
Second.
And you have something to say?
Yeah, no, this one is actually a very good story. So we actually staff bid this work out previously. Our lowest bid we received was, I think, 350,000, Sean, around there, right?
Yeah.
And if you recall, this Omnia contract is one where we are lead. So the entire country is going off of us on this one. And so this shows that we were able to get the work done for half of what we bid it out. So it's definitely, and we're having the benefit of being the lead on this one. So all the other, municipalities taking advantage of it, we are getting a small piece of that too. So, which is great.
Great news. Good
Just a
job.
lift- This is just a lift station?
Lift station.
It's not a tower,
No, lift station only.
right? Towers are expensive.
Towers are expensive, very
Yes, they are.
expensive.
Okay. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. I make a motion to approve the action item of FMR 000324 recommendation for the approval of agreement between the County of DuPage, Illinois and DuPage Senior Citizens Council for a lease of space at 420 North County Farm Road, Wheaton, Illinois, for facilities management for a 48-month period from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028 for an annual amount not to exceed $1,000. We got a motion and a second. I personally am very excited that this has worked out for the county. I think it's been a great service for all around the area.
Yeah, this was your initiative, right?
It
So
was.
thank you. Now, so last year we approved this for just a 1 year.
Correct,
And
to
now
see
we're
how it
moving
worked
forward
out,
with
right?
4 years. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, we wanted to do kind of a test phase
Sure.
and they've been a great neighbor, zero concerns on our part, and it's been a great relationship.
Yeah. Number eight.
And this, the 1,000 just covers the electricity and all that there?
Just the incidental expenses.
Because I know we rent out places over at the courthouse for like $1. So I mean, be nice to, if we don't have to charge them that much in the future, it'd be nice.
They don't seem to mind. They're
They-
they're very
they are
happy.
Okay, no, I'm
Very,
just-
very.
Very
Yeah, Mary
happy.
Lynn has joined us on, if you want to hear from her, Madam Chair, it's up to you. I just want to point that out.
Marilyn, do you have anything to add?
You guys do a great job.
Is she
Yeah.
on?
I don't see the.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, never mind.
She's not on.
Okay, any other discussion on this? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, under old business, I wanted to say, comment here. In March of 2023, the Public Works Committee approved an agreement with the law firm of Lukians, thank you, Brady Garner and Armstrong to pursue zoning improvements for our county campus with the city of Wheaton. Paul Haas with the Building and Zoning has worked closely with Special Assistant State's Attorney Phil Lukianos and with the city of Wheaton to draft this new zoning classification for the city of Wheaton for our campus. A draft document has been completed, which city staff will present to the Wheaton City Council on August 26th as a discussion item only. And Paul is actually here today at the meeting and can tell you more about this work if you have any questions.
Pretty simple. It's to take the entire campus that is in the city of Wheaton and put it into a zoning district in the city of Wheaton that is affectionately called the DuPage County Administrative Campus right now.
Good name.
And it'll be a zoning district, which will allow the county to move forward on government type projects without having to go through special zoning relief on a case-by-case basis. similar to what you recall with the CRC building, we had to go through a zoning process with the city of Wheaton, which was not a problem. All sides presented very well, White presented very well, the health department presented very well, and the city accepted it. But this would avoid that zoning process because we would be able to do things as of right now. We're also working with other entities on county campus, the sheriff's office, the health department, and the transportation department, to make sure that some of their projects will be able to move more quickly through the process in this sort of overall zoning district. What will happen eventually is on Monday night, the city of Wheaton will consider it as part of a planning exercise. And then eventually they will go to a public hearing and hopefully approve the text amendment of the city of Wheaton, at which time then we would enter into an IGA with the city of Wheaton, and bring it back to the Public Works Committee and also the County Development Committee as well, to move it forward to the full county board.
Do we know who will be attending the Wheaton meeting?
Paul and Phil will be there.
Yeah, I'll be there with Phil Luca.
Yeah, I will tell you, Paul and Phil have put in many meetings with the city of Wheaton. We're kind of blazing new grounds here, and I think it's beneficial for both parties, and it's been a long process, and Paul, I appreciate what you two have done on this one. And I think that we are better off as a county. I will remind everybody that this covers about 3/4 of our campus. The other quarter is Winfield, and we will likely proceed the same way with them once we get this Wheaton part wrapped up first.
It's our intention, it's a planning session on Monday, so the city of Wheaton staff actually will present to the city council, and Phil and I will be there, Mr. Lugans and I will be there for any questions. It is our hope that this will all get resolved by the end of this year, so that hopefully we will have a text amendment with the city of Wheaton in place, so that any projects in 2025 will be subject to the new zoning regulations in the city of Wheaton, which essentially makes things that the county is doing on the campus, and that we are, any prospective items that we have in the future will be as of right, meaning that we'll just have to come in for building permits. We're also proposing with Wheaton, and they seem to be amenable to this, is that all building permitting for these structures on the campus will go through the county's building department, similar to what the CRC building went through as well. So effectively, the county will be a standalone working under Wheaton's zoning and building codes, but we'll do all the work here on campus. Our building department will do the reviews and the inspections, which will make it a lot easier for both parties.
And I just want to clarify, we are still remaining incorporated. We are not de-annexing or anything. We're not going unincorporated. We will still be incorporated Wheaton, but they are just simply giving us some of the authority to manage our own property.
Rosa, or Vice Chair also?
So first of all, if there's a draft available, I'd love to have a look at it. But also, it sounds like basically we will be presenting what we need to them, working with their zoning in the first place. So this should expedite getting their final approval, et cetera. Is that
Well,
pretty much
what'll
the-
happen is that we've already given them a draft, several drafts of a proposed text amendment that we developed.
Okay.
Council for Wheaton, along with their staff, their manager and their community development director, along with their public works director, have gone through the draft over the last year. And
Okay.
we've been working through that. The idea is that if the zoning text amendment gets approved, Wheaton will have a special zoning district called the DuPage County Administrative Campus, and it will list all the permitted uses and all the conditional uses or special uses that would be allowed on this campus. Anything that's permitted would simply come right to our building department. They'd file for a building permit and we process that permit. Anything that requires a conditional use, we're still talking about whether that conditional use process goes through the city of Wheaton conditional use process, or potentially it goes to the county zoning board of appeals conditional use process. But the idea there is that we would be following the city's zoning code, but it would be a special district for DuPage County campus.
Okay, that sounds great though.
Any other discussion on this? Thank you, Paul, for presenting. I appreciate it. Is there anybody else with any other old business? Let me start.
I just wanted to do a little housekeeping. I was late this morning to this meeting, and I would hope that Val would reflect that my previous meeting went long and that's why I was like, thank you.
Ditto.
And ditto. And secondly, Jeff, I was at the, one day of the Taylor thing last week. And like, how did the rest of the week go? Or should we have a special presentation on the rest of the week?
We could easily do an update to committee. I thought that was a
I don't want to put you on
full
the spot right
afternoon
now.
meeting. Why don't we plan on an update at the next meeting
Okay,
if that
thank you.
works
Is that
for
okay, Madam
committee?
Chair?
Absolutely.
Because they were here
absolutely.
for 5 days, I believe, right? If we were just here for one day.
They were here one morning just to measure, the next day to meet, for
Okay.
some initial
I
feedback.
look forward to hearing it at the next meeting.
All right, thank you, thank you. Any new business? Okay, without objection, I adjourn.